By
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Friday, March the 21st, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. That long-anticipated contribution to the estimates debate by controversial Senior Minister David Estwick finally came late into the night last night. But he had nothing to say on his alternative economic plan. Neither did he say in that address whether or not he supported his government's revenue and expenditure measures. Instead, Estwick proposed an end to free health care as we know it, where everyone will contribute to it. He suggested that just like how the pensions and benefits systems are made mandatory through the NIS, persons could pay at least a nominal levy of less than 1%.
I am of the opinion, sir, that we may consider having the research done to define what may be a useful quantum that could be so proportioned that it allows for a proper coverage for the funding of your healthcare system and educational system for now and for the next 20 years. And do the same type of actuarial evaluations you would have done for the NIS funds. And let that quantum, and invariably it will be a nominal quantum, because usually I think we are talking about less than 1% in any case of most persons' allocations. And let that quantum, Mr. Chairman, go straight through the singular portal of the NIS, but goes into a separate window to be managed and invested by the investment committee NIS. And I'm confident that that in time will build up the resources necessary through proper investment and so on to carry those two critical sectors forward.
A medical professional in Barbados has sounded the alarm to bring attention to what she suggests is a shortage of life-saving drugs at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Making her contribution to the estimate debate related to health in Parliament yesterday evening, Opposition spokesperson on health, Dr. Maria Agard, says there's a list of out-of-stock drugs making the rounds within the QEH, and it contains 76 drugs.
When you choose to cut the vote to pharmaceuticals by $3 million, you have to ensure that people who need critical drugs are not disadvantaged. Why is it today that we do not have myocarditis at the hospital out of stock, withheld for money, Nasonex, Cataflam, withheld for money, important drugs, drugs that service people with heart disease, diabetes, hypertension, epilepsy, cancer. These drugs today are being withheld for money.
However, Minister of Health John Boyce hit back. Boyce says even though there may be a shortage from time to time, a careful selection of drugs is made to ensure patients have a choice.
I am not aware of any serious outcry. I will never deny that there may be a shortage from time to time of one drug or the other, but a very careful selection of the regime of available drugs ensures that one has a choice. So a medical practitioner prescribing treatment for a patient does not depend on one drug alone. We wouldn't be a sensible society if we were structured like that. So they have a choice of drugs.
Meantime, credit unions in Barbados are calling on the Finance Minister, Chris Sinclair, to rethink his decision to tax their assets. The Barbados Cooperative and Credit Union League Limited says the sector was never consulted on the decision, which it described as a retrograde policy measure. Minister Sinclair said on Monday during the estimates debate that the tax currently applied to bank assets would be extended to all financial institutions from April 1st. But the Credit Union League says it is strongly opposed to the measure, which will take substantial resources out of the hands of its members and the credit union system. Barbados is getting a loan of more than $750,000 to explore ways to improve cargo facilities at the Grantley Adams International Airport. The money from the Caribbean Development Bank is to go towards a study looking at the current and future needs and the type of infrastructure needed to create a world-class facility. In sports, track and field royalties Springer Memorial School and defending male champions Queen's College stamped the authority yesterday at the Powerade-sponsored Barbados Secondary Schools Athletic Championship. The action was exciting yesterday and saw Springer ending with a massive lead of 72 points, far ahead of St. Michael's School with just 26 points. The Queen's College boys are way out in front on 55 points. The St. Michael males are in second place on 36 points, with 1 point separating them from the third place Leicester Vaughan School.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.
In regional news, home drums beat first. The message St. Lucia's nurses are sending to Minister of Health Alvina Reynolds following the announcement that Trinidad is offering employment for trained St. Lucia nurses. The government says it's simply exploring employment opportunities for nurses who have acquired the necessary skills and training but have to find employment. But President of the Nurses Association, Lydia Leonce, said St. Lucia is not in a position to be sending nurses off to Trinidad.
We still need nurses in St. Lucia. We have not met our quota, our requirement to give the type of nursing care that we're supposed to deliver on an international basis. And whilst we're willing to send out our nurses out to Trinidad, what is happening in St. Lucia? How are we considering that we are comfortable with what exists at all of our health institutions and we are prepared to assist Trinidad? We need to look home before we send them out.
Internationally now, Uruguay's president says his country will take 5 prisoners from the Guantanamo Bay Detention Center in Cuba. He agreed to a request from President Barack Obama to take some of the detainees remaining at the controversial U.S. military camp. President Obama has pledged to free all remaining inmates and close the camp. There are 154 detainees remaining in the camp, most of them from Yemen. That's been the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph.
This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Catch the sun power.